Hello YouTube, today I come at you with a review for the Figma Tears of the Kingdom Link. I just got him in the mail today, and I've been looking forward to him for a good while now, and I finally got him in hand, and he's a absolute delight so far. Now, as usual, we're going to take a look at the packaging and accessories and all that stuff first. So, of course, I have his packaging over here. He came in a decently large box. Link Tears of the Kingdom version, number 626, with the Japanese logo for the game and Nintendo's logo there. Most of the text on the box is Japanese, except for some of it. There's a promo image of Link sprinting up there, him just standing there. The side of the box is him using a shield, and then the back of the box, or well, the right side is him swinging the sword. And then the back of the box has these absolutely lovely promo images on the back of Link. There's a spread of him and his accessories, and him in various poses, as well as some shots of the different faces he has. And there's just the bunch of legal stuff down there, age 15, which I can't read any of this, I don't speak Japanese, unfortunately. And I guess that's a phone number on the back, I don't know, but the box is it's quite nice, as usual. It's a very beautiful presentation. Generally just a gorgeous presentation for packaging. Or for packaging, I should say. Now, we're going to go over accessories, attach some to Link, and then get to him himself. So, first off, let's see. Of course, he comes with the typical Figma stand on a big base, instead of a small one, which is a bit strange, because he's not that large. But he comes with the big base, with the typical stand arm, with the 3 joints, the hinges, and this little extra peg to add some extra length to it and give the peg a different angle. So he comes with the base, of course. Where can I put this? Right here. He also includes the typical Figma baggie for his accessories. Love that. And then, up next, he comes with a runner that has some of his alternate hands on it. He has a fist and 2 splayed hands and 2 gripping hands on right now. That's every hand he comes with. But the runner is quite nice. All of these hands are sculpted very nicely and look amazing. They can, of course, just peg onto his wrists. This and that are the only 2 right hands he comes with for his prosthetic arm. And then the other 2 is just a splayed hand, a fist, and a gripping hand for each side, of course. I was going to... You know what, yeah. The Raru hand is fantastically sculpted and looks amazing. It's green and a little bit of a dark blue, with all of the rings sculpted and painted phenomenally nicely. It looks amazing. And then his left hands, well, they're just the Hyrule glyph on the back of his hand, and they're fingerless gloves. Not much to say about them, but they do look good. Up next, he comes with 2 spare wrist pegs. A blue and a brown one for each corresponding arm. He includes alternate faces. So he came with a somewhat stern-looking face in the box, which he does look kind of pissed off there. But he also includes a screaming face and a slight smile as well. And these do look quite good. I like the screaming angry expression the most. It looks quite good. And these are just beautifully rendered and sculpted very nicely. Now, I will be showing these in just a moment. And I will be showing his accessories attached to him as well. And then, after that, he comes with the Hylian shield. Of course, he has to have this. Oh, where's the strap? There it is. So, he does come with the Hylian shield, and it straps onto his arm very nicely, way better than the Skyward Sword Link Figma did. The pegs are all keyed, So the actual handle itself, this part, doesn't spin around and just slip out. It stays in there quite nicely. And the strap, the brown part, is sculpted perfectly to fit around his forearm with no issues whatsoever. I haven't had any problems with that. This is a much more functional shield than the Skyward Sword version. And it looks great, and it feels great to equip to him, or put on his arm. It's very nice, is the point. And then, up next, he comes with a scabbard, as well as the Master Sword. Why is the grip at an angle? Oh, I didn't have it plugged in correctly. Okay, so he does come with the Master Sword and its scabbard, of course. This can peg onto his back with that big blue stick. And then the Master Sword just comes out quite nicely. And the scabbard looks gorgeous, but there's not a ton to say about it. It's gold, it's blue, and it looks wonderful. With a little brown leather strap at the top. It looks wonderful, but there's not a lot to say about it. And then the Master Sword, the Master Sword is painted and sculpted in a very gorgeous silver with that blue and brown, blue and gold hilt with the green wrapping around the grip. Looks absolutely fantastic. Now, in order to put it into his hand, you just take the entire grip off, slide it through his hand, and plug the Master Sword back on. Nothing too crazy. But the Master Sword looks great. Also, it's a little bit wobbly and flimsy, but that's a good thing because soft plastic won't break that easy. And he also includes this little clip that is designed to clip onto the scabbard so you can plug the Hylian shield onto it so you can hang it on his back. And this is a great inclusion. I like this. And those two little pegs, they simply slot into these two little holes on the back. And up next, his last and most interesting accessory is the cloak, this little black Hylian hood. Now, it is actual soft goods, so it's a soft cape. The hood itself is sculpted in plastic and is static. And it pegs onto his back, rather interestingly. So, I'm going to show that now. In order to peg it onto his back, you just rip his head off. And then what you do is that top peg hole in his back, you're just going to sort of just sit this down here, lift up the cape, and line it up, and push in, and now it's staying on his body. And then you plug his head back in, and now he's wearing his cloak. It looks amazing. That looks so damn good on him. Now, since accessories are largely out of the way, I guess we can get to Link now. Link himself looks genuinely phenomenal. It looks like they just ripped the model straight out of the game. His hair is wavy and shiny. His face looks good. All of the brown leather straps and belts on his body look amazing. And even the battery bank looks really, really well done. It's amazing. This bottom one is a little bit tilted out, but that's not really a big deal. He's not really shaded whatsoever, but it completely works. He looks gorgeous. Very simple design, very simple color scheme. Brown boots, beige pants, blue tunic, black cloak. All of it looks amazing. And all of the pouches on his belt and the quiver for his arrows. All of this is soft, so it's probably not going to break easily. Even the arrows are a bit squishy. So the quiver is not liable to break, I think. And even the pauldron he has is a bit squishy, so it shouldn't break either. But he's painted phenomenally nicely and covered in gorgeous detailing. The white lines, the chainmail, all of it. Absolutely beautiful figure. Now we're going to get into some other things after articulation, such as his faces and his shield. But in terms of articulation, I haven't fully messed with him yet, so I don't know everything just yet, but we're going to figure that out together. His head, of course... Oh, first off, actually, his ponytail is on a hinge, so it can be lifted and lowered. So I'm going to lift it just for the head articulation for the time being. Of course, his head can rotate with, okay, minimal issues. His hair is getting caught in the cloak. But his head can rotate just fine. He can look up decently far. Could look up further without the cloak, but I'm leaving that on. And he can look down pretty far. His head can rock from side to side with no real issues. Again, his hair is getting in the way of the cloak, so I should take it off, but yeah. His head and neck has all the movement it needs, really. His arms, I believe they have a butterfly joint. I'm not positive, but it looks like they do. So his arms can bend forward. Oh, they do have a butterfly, okay. So his arms can be moved forward and back. The right or left arm can only be lifted out that far before it stops itself, it looks like. And then the right arm can lift out much further. So the pauldron does get in the way a little bit. He has a bicep rotation at the shoulder. And I believe at the elbow too. No, there's no rotation at the elbow. Okay, so his elbow can bend pretty much well over 90 though. And the wrists, they can hinge. They can rotate. It's the same as every other Figma setup pretty much. Now his midsection, he can twist just a little bit. Oh, that wasn't on purpose. Okay, so... Wow, really? Okay. Having a goof in the middle of recording. Alright. So, his midsection, he can't twist a ton, but it's probably more than enough. Rocking, just a little bit. Not the most articulate ever. His arcing back, basically non-existent. However, he does have a pretty good forward crunch that goes really, really deep. His legs, he has a thigh rotation. He has a double-jointed knee, which can go pretty much all the way up. I thought he had a boot swivel, but he doesn't. His ankles can rock side to side just fine. He has a toe bend. And his boots can kick back about that far and forward that far. So he is a little bit limited in the midsection, but that's not really the biggest deal in the world, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it's Link. You're going to want to get him into dynamic poses, but I'm not really that worried or upset about it. Now, articulation is fine. It's functional. It's going to get you somewhere. Not the most articulate thing in the world. Oh, yeah, kick. How far forward can he kick? Okay, about that far forward. And about that far back. Huh. Can he do the splits? Yes, he can. Okay, so the legs are quite functional. They're slipping down a little bit off the ball joint, but I can fix that. Okay. So yeah, he's more mobile than I thought he was, actually, given the legs. Now, faces, to change them, you kind of just pry off his hair. And then you can just wedge your fingernail in the top and your thumb under his chin and kind of just very carefully and slowly wiggle his face out. There you go. And then you can replace it with, say, the slight smile. And then you pop his hair back on to cover up his brain, and you're done. It's very easy and it's not as much of a pain as I made it look like. Okay. I'm messing up a lot in this video. I'm terribly sorry. But besides all that, I think it's time to attach the Hylian shield to him. So, the way I do it, or have been doing it with him so far, is I have been taking the grip, sliding it into his hand, bottom ways up, or like this, taking the other half, plugging that into the rest of the grip, okay, that's done. Then just kind of, oh wait, no, I need to take this out entirely. And then plugging this in correctly, there we go. And then taking the brown strap, pressing one end into the peg and the other end into its peg, and now it is perfectly secured to his arm. There are no real issues with that. That's not that hard, and it's way more functional than the Skyward version. Like, this ain't going anywhere. I can tug on it, I can pull on it. He actually has a damn good hold on that shield. So it's way more functional than the Skyward version. And then for the Master Sword, of course, you just take the grip out of the blade, you slide it upwards into the bottom of his hand, and then, is there a specific way that's supposed to go? It doesn't look like there is. Okay, yeah, no, there's not. And then you just put the blade back on, and now he is equipped for combat. He looks gorgeous. The articulation does leave a little bit to be desired in that stomach and chest region, but otherwise, he is phenomenal. I've only had him for a couple hours now, and I already genuinely think this might be my favorite Link figure that I've ever owned out of the few I have had. He is fantastic. Just nothing short of really, really good. I'm going to have to get used to him, have to get used to messing with him, but so far I'm having a good time. I'm going to go pose him, mess with him a little bit, maybe grab some photos, but I'm out. I hope y'all have a good day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button if you want to. I am so sorry for all the mess ups I've had in this video, but peace out, guys.